I need to be loud. You guys can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today, just going on more appointments and seeing a lot of really horrible policies. I wanted to talk about an example of one that I came across. I've mentioned before how it's, again, really important to grow your knowledge and educate yourself, especially with the different types of policies there are, right, so that we can educate our clients as well. One of the things that I came across while going on appointments was that a lot of the people I met with, they had a policy already, but they didn't have like the full policy or the full details. Maybe they went online to their account and like they just didn't have the full details of it, or they were one of those people who shoved it in a cabinet 20 years ago, and then now that I asked about it, they're like, oh, I actually don't know where it is. But the good thing is that with policies, they also have an annual statement, which is also very good to use as well, and you can still very clearly point out negative aspects of a policy through that. So this is an example of one that I was working on with an appointment. So it's a variable, oh, did I do that? Okay, yeah, okay. Did you do that? Sorry, that's good. That's a variable universal life annual statement from Transamerica. It was issued in 2006, and the death benefit is $300,000 in coverage. And one of the claims that this person told me was, oh, well, I have a lot of cash value accumulated. Like, there's a lot in there. Like, you see 21,000, that's a lot. And I was like, okay, well, let's also look at like all these other numbers over here. Thomas, can you zoom out for me? Thank you. Or out?
Okay.
Not in. Like, away. Oh. Thank you. So I was like, okay, so at the beginning of this year from the annual statement, you had 21,000, but let's also take into account the loan that you took out at one point. Oh, and then let's also take into account the supposed gain you got, which was minus 809. And then let's also take into account what we know with universal life policies. There's a cost of insurance as well as charges and fees, right? So let's also take into account that. And so your number is actually this one on this side here, 12,000 in cash value. So I guess there is like still a cash value, yes. But another claim that they said was, oh, well, my premium used to be $250 a month, but now like it's zero. Like I don't have to pay anymore. It's basically like free. And like, yeah, you can see here that it does say zero, so they have not been paying the premiums. But what else do we know about a universal life is that it pays from the cash value, right? And it's going to keep eating away from the cash value along with the increasing cost of insurance and the other charges and fees until this becomes zero, and then what happens? Yes. Right. And so I pointed that out as well. So $250 a month, right? For 12 months, for 19 years, this person has been paying $57,000 in premium all this time. But let's go ahead and take into account the cash value accumulated, right? So add 12,000. So in 19 years, you're telling me that you accumulated negative 45,000. So who would in their right mind want to put money into a supposed investment account or a savings that is in the negative, is only going to continue to be more and more in the negative, right? And so let's see how the difference would have been had this person chosen to buy term and invest the difference all those years ago. So 19 years ago, this person would have been 35 years old. For the same death benefit of $300,000 in coverage, they could have been paying $52 instead. Oops. But you're telling me that right now they're paying $250 a month when they could have been paying $50 a month and investing that $200 difference all these years, so that in the year of 2041 they would have had $1 million instead. And so the good thing is that a lot of people, they understand the importance of protection, right? They understand income protection is important. They want to invest, they want to save their money, they want to plan better financially, but they aren't fully educated on how to do so. They aren't fully educated on the different ways to go about that and what way might be most beneficial for them. And that's why it's our job, it's my job now, to make sure to educate the people I come across, educate my clients, educate the appointments I go on, so that they can also be educated to plan better financially for the future, as well as protect their families. So educate your families, read all the details, especially ones in tiny font, or you might be like this meme here. I thought it was quite funny. That's all.